Saturday night, we saw the biggest fight in women's boxing history since Christy Martin and Deidre Gogarty threw hands in 1996 as part of the Mike Tyson-Frank Bruno undercard. Katie Taylor beat Amanda Serrano in front of a sold-out crowd at Madison Square Garden. And New York Post's Jenna Lemoncelli has followed the hype and the fight from the beginning and joins us now to talk about what that fight meant for women's boxing. Now, Jenna, two of the top female boxers in the world faced off at the Garden. It was groundbreaking, it was exhilarating, but there's still a stigma around women's boxing. What have you noticed as you've covered the sport?
And then there is still a negative stigma around female fighters in the boxing space. I don't know why. It's 2022. We've seen so many women empowerment movements throughout sports, culture, and beyond. So it's still puzzling to me. I was actually in a sports bar on Saturday night when the fight was airing and had asked some of the staff there if they were planning to air it, if they could put it on. And the response that I got was, quote, "We don't air female fights." It was disappointing. It sucked, to be honest. And it's the continuous stigma that we have been so hard working to eliminate. And that is what Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor helped to do on April 30th from the Mecca, a sold out crowd. And what I'm noticing is that there is a market for female fighters in boxing. And what we need to do is just continue to lift them up and propel them. There is a market here. Jake Paul has showed us that by signing female fighters, taking a break for months to promote this Serrano-Taylor fight. And he's been pouring his time into it. And I also spoke with him, and he's also putting in his efforts to get fighters, females fighters, equal pay and healthcare in this business. And there is a market for it. Serrano just signed the first ever exclusive sports betting deal for a female fighter with FanDuel. There's your answer right there. So the list goes on at this point, Brandon, but it is very disappointing to see that those old trends keep trickling into the modern day sport of female fighters.
Yeah, we're talking about the biggest purse in female boxing history. And you mentioned FanDuel. Serrano has a deal with FanDuel, and Jake Paul and Eddie Hearn worked hard to promote this fight. So there are efforts being made, but we're still not there yet. What needs to change?
What needs to change is consistency in promotion. Yes, everybody kind of hounded around this fight because it was the #1 and #2 pound for pound champions in women's boxing. But this is when I've seen all the spotlight come out. However, I've been covering Serrano for some time now. I was with her back in December before a lot of the hype came with her Taylor fight. And now we're just seeing it. But what we need to do is keep staying with a lead foot on the gas, promoting this, keeping an open mind, doing our research, and lifting these women up. People like The Rock even tweeted about this fight and how incredible it is for women. So we need to keep doing that and keep putting a spotlight on women's boxing because, again, there is a huge, steep market for it.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn teased that there could be a possible rematch in Ireland in Katie Taylor's home country. So whatever sports book bar that was, they better cover this next one if there is a rematch. Jenna, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.